The lens I use 50% of the time is the Rokinon 35mm f1.4. And on full frame, this would be about 50 millimeters. And the reason I use this one all the time, I love the 35mm focal length. It seems to line up perfectly with what your eye sees. 35mm is about the highest number that I feel comfortable hand holding and getting steady and reliable shots. Even a 50mm would be pushing it, but all the time doing weddings, I would get great shots using my 35mm, holding it against my body so it was more stable. I love being able to go all the way down to f1.4, both for the shallow depth of field and the amount of light that's let in. I usually do it at f2 or f2.8 just because it's a little soft at f1.4, but it really creates such a cinematic look that I often want in my shots. 35mm is often a good distance away from people. With wider lens, you have to get too close and people think you're way too in their face and invading their space. However, if you're so far back, it's hard to directly communicate and it feels like you're shouting across the room. And it's hard to have a good interaction there. So being, 5-6 feet back for a normal shot is a perfect length for communicating and getting a good shot. And it's not so punched in that I would feel that I need to back up and be hitting a wall. For more cinematic things, I often keep that 35mm on almost the entire day, and I can usually back up to where I need and not be in people's space and get the shallow depth of field that I love so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have a lot more on lenses and other things like that. I'll have new videos every Tuesday, and I'll do a lot of bonus videos, so stay tuned.